YouTube doesn't
Okay,
seem
cool.
though, so. It's a strange day. Strange day for streaming. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna go ahead with what we have. Gonna make the best out of it. Okay. So I'm gonna bind the first camera here to the first frame by selecting it and then pressing Control B in the timeline. And then I'm gonna use the second camera here and switch to it like right here.
What are we doing?
I want to try a different camera angle for this jumping moment, because I think there's a lot of potential to make it look cooler from a different perspective.
Okay.
For some reason it's not switching though. And camera. That's weird.
What are you trying to do?
The camera should be switching from one to the other, but it's not doing that. That's weird. Is that a bug? Now let me open up another Blender instance and just check if that's a project file or a Blender bug. Okay, so I've got one camera here. I'm gonna duplicate it. The first one, marker here. The second one, marker here. Okay, yeah, it works here. That's weird. So there must be something in the project file that prevents the camera from switching. That is super strange. I never had that before. Huh. So how do we do this then? I mean, I guess I could just like fully be in the other camera without switching to it, but that's kind of sad.
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, I like the camera switching feature a lot. Like, it really helps to feel the flow of the scene already, as if it was edited. Sad. Let me try it one more time.
I usually just literally change the position of the camera.
Oh, yeah, I guess I don't think that's a good thing to do in general, because that kind of like makes it really hard to animate things, right? Like, so you mean like you're kind of like from one frame to the other, you kind of like keyframe the camera to be somewhere completely different?
Yeah.
Maybe it's good for you to not continue doing that, because like it makes things very complicated when you have like complex camera setups like the one you have right now with all these constraints, and then you want to have a different. In the bad. I think I'm also not streaming right now. My God, it's so unstable today.
Yep, you stopped streaming and started again.
Yeah. That's a very
on Twitch. I think you're still not streaming on YouTube at all, but
yeah, it's a very unstable internet day. There's nothing I can do about it. All right, yeah, let's just try to keep going then. So anyways,
yeah. In fairness, my method has been working, and currently yours is not.
yeah, that is very unusual.
It's probably not working because of something that I did, to be fair.
Yeah, I have no idea why not. But yeah, like maybe try that out in the next projects to switch cameras instead of having them suddenly jump somewhere else. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this second camera looking cool. So let's see. It could be a cool moment to like have the camera kind of like. Okay, I'm gonna just try that. Let's see. Oh man, it's so difficult to imagine how it looks, because I also want to always make sure that the kind of like in the edit it makes sense in action sequences, right? So when we jump from one camera to the other, that the character stays in the same position in the frame. Right now he's pretty much in the center, so I guess we can frame him like that in the next shot also. So let's try that. So pretty much in the center. I'm gonna add a keyframe here. Then I'm just gonna try like a bit, it needs to have a little bit more depth, like being able to read a little bit more depth of this shot here. Wait, where's he actually jumping? Oh, he's jumping over there. Oh, okay, that could be cool. If we are kind of like following him a little bit.
Yeah.
So
You can always track it to the empty that I have on him.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that in a moment. Okay, so kind of like that. Yeah, let's try that. Let's add like a track too, and then just use the empty.
There's two empties. I don't remember which one it was. So you're just gonna have to try both.
This one seems to be the right one. Let's see. What does the other one do? Oh no, that's the wrong one. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one's tracking him. Okay, I don't want it too harsh. Let's have it like a little bit. Actually, I'm going to disable it for now and make sure that the animation, like the keyframes themselves, already makes sense. Let me switch that to individual centers so we can just decrease the fade in, fade out of that animation. But then I actually want to keep the rotation smooth. So that way, where's the last one? Rotation, rotation, rotation. Yeah, so that way, camera like still pointing at him a little bit and then starts accelerating. Kind of like that, yeah. Kinda like that. I'm not fully happy with it yet, but I think it could go in a cool direction. Especially if we have like a lot of depth here in the frame. I think that could be pretty cool. Let me try. Let's actually make it a little bit more wide angle. Maybe that's also like a cool combination. Like we can zoom out. Let's see how that looks like if we zoomed out like this to kind of like together with him reveal the depth of the scene here. I think that's kind of cool. Like, is this direction at all something that you like, or is it?
I don't know. It depends on if we can like then from there on out like swing it back around to like be in front again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I need him to be like shooting the camera.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Since the camera switching doesn't work, it's kind of difficult to. Like that. Okay, so let's just keep this like this for now, and then let's go back to the camera you have. Let's see. Oh, that's another one. Another camera. This is the one you had. I personally think. Is there like a reason? Like, is there some environment you want to show? Why the camera is like that far away from the character?
Yes, he's gonna be the Valorant maps, I believe. I'm waiting on people more knowledgeable about Valorant than me to provide said environments.
Okay, so I guess it makes sense then to like have the camera farther away so you can take in more of the environment.
Yeah, so that's why I have like the giant like cube.
Oh yeah. The placeholder cube, legendary.
Yeah.
Okay, I think, guys, in general, it's pretty.
Sorry, you cut off again. Hello.
Damn it!
Hello.
God damn it! Am I back?
Okay, you're back.
Okay. I'm just gonna check my internet settings. Everything should be as usual. Yeah, everything is usual.
The last word I heard was character.
Yeah. I think your character animation is already really cool. Like, there's not much that I want that I can like improve on it, except for like the moment here where he's just falling. I think there could be a little more life to him, right? Like maybe I'm just gonna try some stuff here. I'm gonna save this as a second version. Maybe let me switch this to individual origins. Okay, I'm just gonna try. I usually really enjoy just kind of like puppeteering in real time with like automatic keyframing. Have you done that before?
Kind of. I've done some mocap stuff.
Mm-hmm. Wait, that's interesting.
I remember I did that in SFM.
Ah, yeah, SFM also has that a lot, yeah. So I'm gonna try that here by removing these two keyframes. And
I didn't actually know that Blender could do that.
yeah, I'll show you. It's really fun. It's okay. You just activate the automatic keyframing button here. Let's use, what was it? Set active keying set. You get this menu with Shift K, and then you can select what kind of keyframes you want to add automatically. Available is usually a good idea because then it just uses the channels that have already been added anyways. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. So I'm going to play it back, and then while it's playing back, I'm going to animate it. Oh, that didn't look good. Let me check again. So here, and then, yeah, I'm just going to wiggle that leg a little bit. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is very rough, but then what I usually do is I use all these keyframes, select all of them, scale them down by 0.25, and then scale them up by 4 again. So we have the same animation, but just smoothened out basically. And then with V, you can also switch it to automatic, which like helps it to like give it some like overshoot and stuff like that. Okay, so then I would go in and kind of like delete or like refine it a little bit. So this way it's just a nice way to just get some very rough first idea of an animation, right? And then you can always go in and tweak it however you need. Yeah, this part I think is kind of cool. Then we could like go back to the pose we had in the beginning as like a ending. So let's maybe try to do that here. That's a bit fast. Actually, I think I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm just gonna try some stuff. I'm gonna remove this one for now. Here, I'm gonna add a little bit of rotation towards this direction. I think just in general, a little bit more like a little bit of like not flailing, but kind of like controlled, like air rebalancing, kind of like how cats do it, right? I think would be cool in this moment. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do here. Maybe the other leg also needs to play a part in this. So let's try to add animation there too. Okay. Looked very rough, but let's again just try to scale it down, scale it up again, make it automatic. Okay, it might be a bit too much. Yeah, no, it's definitely too much. Like, he's definitely kicking forward a bit too much. It feels a bit cartoony. So let's try that again.
Doing the splits.
Yeah. The splits. Let's try this. 0.5, 0.4, automatic. Okay, yeah, there's a little bit of more natural feeling to it now. Gonna maybe get rid of these here for now. Then move these a little bit closer. There's a little weird like moment here. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, it's a little bit weird of like moments, yeah.
I might take your advice and just like reanimate it myself with like just standard keying because that's what I'm more comfortable with.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess you kind of like get what I mean right now with like trying this out, right?
Yeah. I'm starting to see your vision.
Okay,
I think.
okay. Yeah, just a little bit more. I think a little loss of control, like a tiny bit, would be cool. Yeah. So it's like not fully perfectly posed.
It's a little bit difficult for me because I like for stuff like that I like doing stuff that's more subtle, but like he's so far away that it's difficult to make stuff subtle. So yeah, I've just been avoiding like doing anything with it. But yeah, I think a little I get what you're saying with the rebalancing.
Okay, cool. I also feel like in this moment here, like when he's taking out his bow, I think that animation is like super quick, right? Like the I think it would be cool if it was possible to like slow that down a little bit. So all of this has animation. Yeah, it's all these, I guess. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, so that. What other bones are in use of this? Okay, I guess it's mostly these bones here that do that animation. Okay, let's try to just select these and make it a little bit slower. Yeah, this seems to be it. Okay. Let's see what happens if we just scale it up. Oh, okay, that didn't work. There's all kinds of weird stuff happening now.
Part of that is that the bow itself also has animations on it, so you might want to try slowing those down. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it at the exact same rate as.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's got its own rig. Okay, wait. So, here it is. Okay, like that, like this. Okay, that kind of works. But now I need to select the character key, bones again. Okay, this seems to be it. Okay, let's try it again. Try to scale this up. Yeah, there's some weird snapping happening here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
That's because of the transition from FK to IK, I think.
I see. Is that something? Where's that keyframe
if you
stored?
Start from. So when you scaled it up, you scaled up the whole animation, which I think is part of the problem. So you might want to just scale up from the time after, like.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't perfectly work.
But you see what I mean? You just you scaled the whole animation. You should select yeah, that's what I meant.
Just this stuff. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I guess that works. There's like a lot of like snapping happening here in this moment. Yeah, maybe it is better for you to handle it since you know the rig and the setup in this part much better. But yeah, I think in general, like him taking out the bow could be like in a slow motion way much cooler than it is right now, right? If it's like a bit more of a longer moment that's happening. But yeah, I think that would be cool.
No, because then sorry, I'm thinking. I was thinking about how to like do it in slow mo without like having to like reanimate a bunch of stuff.
I mean, one way you could maybe do it is you could wait. How is this following the jump? Is this the follow path here? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way. I mean, if you turned this into an NLA strip, you could easily slow it down. But I'm not sure how that would work with the follow path, since that's also part of the rig. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's probably easier to try to adjust the animation on the bow and on the character itself to make it a bit more slow. But another thing that I think could be cool is to animate his kind of like rotation of his body a little bit more, so he's leaning back, because like when him jumping to the front, like up, is really cool. I could imagine him like the whole body, if there's like a good bone to do that, I guess it would be this one, but that's kind of like displacing everything. Okay, let's just try that. I'm gonna try to make him rotate a little bit to the back here, like that. And then let's see.
I love the impression that like his like bow is just defying gravity right now.
It doesn't care about gravity, about any rules. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, it's breaking the whole animation, sadly, when I'm doing stuff to the hips. Yeah, no, it's kind of breaking everything. So let's just not do that. And, okay. It's kind of cool. I think this perspective is kind of cool, but it doesn't really have the impact also that I was looking for. Yeah, this camera's definitely a bit too static. Is there a way to... I think if you want to keep this camera here, which like it is already also pretty cool, I think it would be worth to animate the empty downwards, so we see a little bit more of the environment where he is like dropping into. And like we have a little less headspace.
I think once we choose the environment, I'll probably like mess around with the camera, but I'm probably gonna like I'll take some of your ideas, because I think that like downward angle could be really cool. So like I'll make like a separate iteration, and I'll like look at how I can maybe like transition that into like the like thing where it like goes around him. Because I think Zach likes the like rapid, like he runs by and like the camera like, you know, like whoa, but
it is pretty cool. Yeah,
it's but I don't think it would be harmful at all to look at other angles. So I think I might be able to like do like the like underneath angle and then transition that back into like what it usually is, like seamlessly. Because I don't really want to cut, because I'm not, frankly, just because I don't like but at least for this animation, like I found like I've tried to put in cuts in several places, and I'm like, it looks kind of bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm like, yeah, you already have something that is definitely working. Yeah.
But so yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that like underneath angle once we get the environment to see if that works. And then you're right, like I think depending on, especially because like there's that bit where like you're around like the back, and like Zach pointed that out, and he was like I mean, there's this like whole like part where it's just you're just kind of looking at his butt. So it's like that, like if you like have like the camera go down, I feel like that could be like nice for being like, ooh, look at this like cool like abyss underneath him, as opposed to like here's Sova's butt for like 15 frames. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like the adjustments I made just now with the empty here. I kind of like that. Like it feels like we are kind of like feeling the jump together with him. Like it feels like a little bit more like we're jumping together with him instead of following him.
True, like it's like you're kind of having a little bit of bounce with the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I think that's kind of working.
This is why I like track 2 constraints. Because it feels.
I mean, yeah, it's always everything in the movie, like in movie, goes together with camera because it's always about like how you see everything, but it is still very different kind of skills.
Yeah, so I've seen so many like especially like 3D animation mostly, because like in 2D animation you're mostly just like scrolling, you're not doing a lot of like insane camera angles, and if you are, then you're like hand animating everything yourself, so it's probably gonna look good regardless.
Yeah,
In 3D animation, I see a lot of like people who are like fantastic animators, but then they do that thing where like you have like the camera in like one keyframe and the camera in one keyframe, and then you just have it like go from that to that, and like it looks really floaty and like bad. And I'm like, no, everything else about this is so good. I'm not saying that you're doing that or anything, obviously. But
it's okay.
Like,
It happens.
I see
it happens
that a
to everyone.
Yeah, like when I was first working on the camera workforce, I was like, oh no, I'm doing the thing.
It's happening. It's happening to me.
I've become what I swore to destroy.
Exactly.
So, but do you think my splining is all right? Because that was like the one bit that I was really insecure about, I think.
The splining of like the animation of the character?
Yes, the animation.
I personally like it. Yeah, I think it's got good energy to it. There's like some detail, of course, you can still add to make it feel even more powerful, but I think in general it is really cool. Yeah, especially the jump here. Yeah, I mean, the biggest part that I don't like so much is this like quick bow taking out. Like, I think that whole action can have a lot more weight to it, right? Like with also like his upper body kind of like leaning into it and rotating with it, because like when you're in kind of like a zero gravity moment like this, like moving your whole upper body, like pulling something out of your back, would kind of like would need to kind of like counterbalance that with your legs, right? So your whole bottom, like lower body, would move in one direction, and the upper body would move in the other direction in order for it to like counteract rotation. So
yeah, that's true. I could probably like get his legs to the side a little bit to like kind of accentuate that.
Yeah. So if you can like figure out how to like add that feeling in that moment, I think then you have something like a really cool animation here.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Today?
Yeah.
I've got time. I'm happy to help you to like, I don't know, like.
Okay. Because I don't want to I want to like if it's like you know like oh like I don't want to like whatever, then like I don't want to like quote unquote like waste time with stuff that's like not like 100% relevant. I know that as like a VFX artist, you probably know a lot about particle systems.
Yeah, I did a lot of particle stuff. Yeah.
So I had kind of a weird question. So you know how with curves, for example, you can kind of like bevel them to behave a certain way, like shape-wise.
Curves. What kind of curves do you mean?
I think any of them, but like in this case, as an example, let's use like path curves. It's not really about the curves. I'm using the curves as like kind of like analogy for like leading into the thing that I'm actually curious about.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if you could do a similar thing with like hair particles.
A similar thing. A similar thing to what?
To like shaping a path using like I'm wondering if you can like apply shapes to those like hair nodes.
Shapes of hair nodes. Yeah, sorry, I don't fully follow right now. Do you have like an example, like a photo or video or something? What you mean?
like, let's say that you wanted to do something like feathers using hair nodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you wanted to like ascribe like a feather to each hair node.
Mm-hmm.
And have it like follow said node. I don't know if node is the right word. Like, what would that be possible?
Okay, so like a feather system, like having feathers being
Yeah.
spawned on a character in some way. Yeah.
Yeah, like cuz I know in Maya there's like a thing like especially with like rigging where like you can add like hair nodes to um like uh I forgot how to describe it. You're saying hair nodes and using it to like place like stuff like on places on a plane that wouldn't necessarily have the things that you can like make spines and stuff and like have like curves. Obviously in Blender we have like bendy bones which kind of does the same thing kind of automatically, but um like
Bendy bones. Hmm. So is it like a rigging thing when you want to use bendy bones to do
in
that?
this case it's not necessarily for rigging. It's like cuz it's more for like stuff where you want to like um oh my god. I'm struggling because like you what is a good way for me to describe this? Because like this happens to me a lot. Like my brain is like doing something and I cannot translate into words.
It's okay. Let's figure it out.
It's like when you have like let's say that you have like a flat plane
Hmm.
covered in like as per our example feathers and like, those feathers have been like smoothed flat. If you like take that plane in both of your hands, like one end to one hand, one end to the other, and you bend that plane,
Hmm.
those feathers are going to like lift, you know?
Gonna lift like physically, like or like kind of like as if they had physics.
Yeah. Like they're going to essentially like follow almost the because like if I were to just like make them like your planes and then like like spread them on top of that bigger plane like a Subway sandwich or something and then like I weight painted it and then like I did that with it, those planes aren't necessarily like lift up, they're just gonna follow the thingy. But like the behavior in this scenario that I would want is like the like one side of the plane's like sticking to the bigger plane and then like the other side of said planes like kind of like lifting in accordance with like the not normals but like the rotations of.
Okay,
Man, I'm so bad at this.
I'm trying to like recreate what I think you're trying to tell me. So you can see the screen, like the project I have here?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so this is what I understood. Like you have like a plane and you're kind of like, you can bend it, right? Like it's kind of like bending like this. That's what I understood. And then you want, like you have feathers
Oh,
on
your
it.
the stream is a little bit frozen for me. Hold on.
God damn it.
Let me. I don't think I can still see it on like I went to YouTube and I can still see what you're doing. It's just on Discord, so I might have like it might be like buffering or something.
Oh, okay.
Let me try not watching the stream and then going back in because. Okay.
Oh wait, true. I can see that it's still frozen on like in the past. Let me try to.
I'll just watch the YouTube version. But yeah, kind of like what you're doing. I was talking about like a plane that's been like subdivided along one axis. So bending it like
Yeah, that's what we have here, right? It's kind of just like.
yeah, basically.
Okay, so okay, then let's add like a little system here. Like you can either use the particle system with hair, right? And I mean that's the easiest way. Like you can just like get good looking hair that way. Oh, it doesn't show when we actually edit it. That's sad. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can use that, and then the hair system has a lot of settings here that you can, but let's actually like add another plane to the feathers.
That's why I was
that.
asking about like, that's why I started by asking about hair, because I know that hair has a lot of the properties that I would be looking for in this scenario, but the one thing that I
bevel this, actually subdivide, and then we can like make it sharp, and yeah, then it just renders.
I still can't see what you're doing. Let me try reloading.
Damn it! Why is it so bad today?
Okay, now I can see. So what were you doing?
It's here in render, and then render as object, and then in instance object you can select the feather, for example, if you have a feather object. Yeah, and the particle system has all kinds of like already like built-in ways to like orientate the hair and like add physics to it, right? So I guess that's what you needed.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Is like adding. That's why I started with like the curves, because like you can do this with curves. Like I didn't know how you would like. So I figured that since hair is basically curves, you could probably do that with it, but I wasn't sure.
Let's see. Yeah, no, yeah, you can use anything. Like you can scatter anything with this kind of system, with the hair system. And then also awesome. have it dynamic, so now you can like see there like bending when we play back. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It feels pretty satisfying. Structure, stiffness. Let's make it actually a bit stiffer. Yeah, like this. And I don't want backface culling, so I can see it both sides. Yeah, it's pretty satisfying, I think, like how it's just like bending with gravity.
Yeah. Because like that's the one thing about Blender is that, like I feel like in like Maya I see like a lot of people using like hair stuff for like insane crap, but I feel like in Blender I mostly see people using it for like hair.
Yeah. I mean, it used to.
You don't see people using it for like rigging or like whatever.
It used to be like the hair system used to be much more for scattering objects and stuff, but since we got geometry nodes, that kind of like replaced it.
Part of that is that like Blender tends to have Part of that is that I think like Blender tends to have tools for like more tools for those things, like so using, for example, like bendy bones. So where like my users would have to use like hair follicles, you can just use a bendy bone. But
okay, so it's kind of like finding solutions for limitations in creative ways, right?
Yeah. So like, but like there's a lot more like in Blender you can just make an add-on or something. So like it's like you see a lot less of that kind of thing, and it's like
this add-on for everything. Yeah. Oh, it's so satisfying. I really like watching this. So can we like also rotate it? Oh, kind of. It's lagging behind a little bit. Why is it so laggy? Every frame.
So I'm curious, if you like extend the length of one of the hair follicles, will that like lengthen the thing, or will it like scale it up?
It's all depending on the mesh, like the original mesh. So you can make the original mesh like as long as or as short as you want to, or as wide. But I think there's also a way to.
So nothing is going to change like the scale of it, just from the hair.
It's got its own like scale options here in the render settings. And you can also randomize it, so every feather has like different scales.
Ooh.
Like this. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a legacy system, which means like lucky you get exactly what you want to, but that's why they kind of like start introducing everything with nodes, with geometry nodes and like hair nodes and simulation nodes, because then you can just add the features you need, right? You're not limited by the values you can change. For example, like this scale randomness.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be so useful to have this as a curve, so it's not just like randomly between 1 and 0, but it's kind of like weighted, right? So you have more bigger hair, but just a few small hair curves. So
yeah,
that's just what I noticed right now.
I should probably look into geometry nodes for this kind of thing, but I figure like I really haven't delved into particle systems like very much like as of now, and I feel like that like they're really powerful and they can do like a lot of stuff that's gonna be useful even when like I'm mostly like animating and rigging, but like I just haven't gotten very into this. This stuff is like really fascinating to me.
Yeah, this is super cool. I'm a huge fan of like everything procedural, anyways, where you can just like build cool systems and then they just
I love procedural
work.
stuff. Like I get like, especially when it comes to like textures and stuff, like I get like you know, Substance Painter is great, like, and also like it's a lot like lighter, like it tends to be like, you know, pretty like expensive to have like everything be procedural, but also like, man, I love it when like I can just like mess around with a bunch of nodes for a while and then just get the thing that I want.
Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah. do you have like another question about this stuff?
I think this mostly answers my question about hair particles.
Awesome. Okay, because I feel like I've just checked out the announcement channel, and basically every time the stream goes down back online again, everybody gets a notification.
I just like I tabbed back into Discord from the thing, and I was like, why is there 5 notifications?
So
announcements.
So I kind of like want to stop the stream so it's and do another one when the internet is stable, so I don't annoy everyone who doesn't want to watch these streams.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you want to stop, then thank you so much for answering all my questions and giving me critique on my animation. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I hope it helped you.
I think it has. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely like try to implement a lot of the stuff that you suggested.
All right, cool. Then good luck with that, and just send in like into the submissions whenever you have like another thing that we can look at, or we can like also write later on like maybe topics you want to learn about, and then we can like plan a little workshop about that stuff. Yeah, let's just keep in contact.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. Have a great day.
Oh, there it goes again.
Oh, shit. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream for real now. Not just because the internet cut out. Yeah, sorry for the bad connection, but there's really nothing I